your wealth or just quietly blocking it. I'm just going to grab my pen here. It's been a while. Did I forget how to use my equipment? Probably. Yep, so here is the first one. So looking at your dominant hand, focus on the area just under your index finger, all of this bit here. That's called, generally in palmistry, the Jupiter mount. So it's a zone of confidence, your ambition, your self-esteem, your self-belief, self-image, all of that jazz. So in palmistry, what we do is look at the thickness of it, and that can tell us how strongly you feel that you deserve success. So the test is if the mount is full, rounded, slightly raised, or just seems to stick out a bit more than the rest of the hand, that can show that you naturally carry a mindset that reaches more about how you believe you're capable and how you're willing to grow and not have this fear. So when it's underdeveloped, it can show a mindset that's full of that doubt, that hesitation or fear taking up space in your mind, that kind of pattern that can quietly limit your wealth or literally your confidence. So it's not the only option. There can be redeeming features. So this isn't judging just this one thing. It's not about judgment. It's more about awareness. So because once you see your mindset on your palm, you can start shifting it. That's where things begin to change. So if it does look flat or underdeveloped, so if you are worried that, oh no, mine's not a nice round mount, so don't worry, it's actually very common. So even in people who later become successful or following their dream, sort of, a flat Jupiter mount doesn't mean you lack potential. It simply shows that your confidence and sense of deserving, they're shaped by your past experiences, not by your true abilities, but based on what's happened in the past tends to show what's on your hand now, especially on your dominant hand. So the redeeming part with this flat Jupiter mount, instead, these people are often more thoughtful, humble, observant, and still quite self-aware, but they don't rush into things blindly. They think, they feel, they consider, and that's their strength, especially when you learn to pair it with just a little bit more self-belief. So I took down some notes. If your mount is flat, what you can do. One, you can start practicing micro-confidence, making small decisions, taking small risks, small steps. Each little one can strengthen this Jupiter energy, and maybe speak to yourself in a way that you're speaking to someone that you care about. So that's because people with a flat Jupiter mount tend to be their own worst critic. Another thing is to say yes to more opportunities sooner, even if it feels a little uncomfortable, especially if it feels uncomfortable, because you grow when you live in that slightly uncomfortable moment. And you don't have to worry about perfection. Do something imperfectly is better than not doing it at all. And lastly, remember that palmistry shows tendencies, not your future outcomes. I realize my name is Destiny Palmistry, but we make our own destiny. So I look at the word destiny slightly differently. I look at it like it's my destiny because I am making my destiny. So we have also other areas of the hand that show the potential, a lot more potential for money mindset, millionaire mindset. I will draw them down for you. I just have to sip my detox tea. Trying to detox from my holidays, which was a bit hectic, my 4.5, 5 week holiday. So if you're here, don't be shy, say hi. Happy to answer your questions. In the meantime, I will move on to the next part. I'll clear this circle so I can draw it on there again because I need some room. So in the Mount of Jupiter is under the ring finger. The next one, wealth supporting mindset, shows through the headline. So along the headline is the one that leaves next to the lifeline. This is your lifeline. So the headline, usually close to or joined at the lifeline, grows down across the palm. Gently sloping headline shows imagination, planning skills, the ability to see possibilities. These people think in solutions and no limitations. If that line is straight, rub that out a bit. If it's more straight and kind of not sloping, so it goes more straight like that, that belongs to someone more practical, more logical, someone good at long-term planning. They don't get swept away by emotion, and they might make more grounded decisions. Now, it should be well defined with no breaks. So if it has a good definition, like a clear, clean line, that shows consistency, follow through, essential traits for building the wealth over time. Now, if it does happen to be weak or wavy, so for instance, if I'll get the pen a bit thinner. So if it's very weak, can't see it very well, and if it's kind of got a lot of movement, that's classed, a thin, weak, wavy line is classed as a weak line. So it doesn't mean that the person can't succeed. It simply shows a mind that gets distracted or overwhelmed a bit more easily. There's more ups and downs. When the line goes wavy, that shows your thought patterns may go up and down. You might have high moods, low moods. So a little bit unpredictable in the mindset. So that also doesn't mean that you can't succeed. It can mean that you are very creative. It can mean that you are very intuitive and you're great at spotting opportunities. So it's a matter of grabbing those opportunities when they arise. So the next one, we'll talk about the headline. Headline is, sorry, I was talking about the headline. My poor brain, I need more of this detox. I just talked about the headline. Sorry, it's been a while. It's been a rough morning. All right, heart line. heart line is this line here. So a gently curving heart line that's smooth with, no breaks or bends or anything. That shows confidence, self-worth, and the ability to receive. It's a wealth-aligned heart because it has that gentleness to it. It shows emotional intelligence and healthy relationship with giving and receiving. So these people can and know how to ask for what they're worth. If it's quite long and it reaches to the index finger, or even between the index finger, one or the other, or maybe it even has a fork in it. So that's the idealistic heart, and it shows strong values, self-respect, and a belief that they deserve good things, including financial stability. So that is definitely a go-getter, passionate heart line that reaches all the way up. So more like that. So if it's clean and unbroken, that is emotional steadiness. That helps with consistent money habits as well. Whenever there's breaks in the lines, that shows the consistency is broken. And how, if you have this, how you deal with it is simply being aware of it. Find a way to connect when you feel disconnected. If you feel that disconnection and you're maybe jumping from one thing to another, one feeling to another, one minute you're happy, next minute you don't know what to think. So if that's happening, it's like you have to refocus your thoughts, your emotions, all of that together to help steady these feelings and thoughts, which can feel like they're the obstacle kind of thing. If it dips downward, I'll collect that. So we have the headline, and if the heart line dips downward, like towards the headline, that can show a little bit more of the self-doubt and emotional sensitivity. It's like your mind is trying to drag the emotions away from its normal feeling. So that's not a bad thing, but it just shows somebody a little bit different. They may be more compassionate. They could even be more intuitive, depending on other marks. It can be someone who's motivated by meaning. They need deep and meaning in that situation or their life that to get motivated. So once they strengthen their self-worth, they can thrive much better. So just to wrap it up, if you have a Jupiter mount that's well developed, if you have a headline that's clean, not too broken, not too wavy, if you have the heart line that's also shows that clean line, that means that they're all working together. So that means your mindset naturally attracts opportunities. But it doesn't matter if one of those signs is weaker, it doesn't limit you, it simply shows where your growth begins. It shows where you can focus to make these improvements. So if it's the headline, the lower line, that's your mentality. It can also be your logical side. And then the heart line at the top, that is your emotional sign. How much passion you have for life. And the depth of them lines show too. Sometimes one line looks more deep than the others. Sometimes they look like they are more red or more brown, or just stand out more, like a thicker line. So that gives strength. If your heart line is a bit thicker, that gives more strength to your passion and emotion and your basically your feelings. And if your headline is stronger, your logic tends to rule. But the ideal is if they are balanced, because it's no use having a great deal of passion without having the practical ability to drive that passion in a correct way. And also, if you have a weak heart line, you might have this practical, logical side, but then it lacks feeling. It lacks that emotion of passion that it needs to drive, to succeed, to go ahead and use up that passion that you have. So hope that's been helpful for you guys who have listened. I'll just clear this. If you've been listening, thank you for joining me. Always fun to do my live streams. I will be doing these weekly again. So if you have watched this, you can share your results in the comments. Let me know which kind of heart and headline you have, and whether you have the well-developed Mount Jupiter. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to my channel or join my channel as a VIP member. I have membership options in the description of my channel. Should be a link there somewhere, or a join button. If you click that, it'll give you all the information on the various levels of membership. And so I look forward to seeing you there and watching my memberships grow. So that gets me excited to continue doing these live streams. And don't forget, I have hundreds and hundreds of other videos as well. Learn about the character awareness, I have playlists on the lifeline, playlists on career line, fate line, the headline, heart line. I literally have my whole book on video plus more. So if you're interested in my books, check them out at Amazon. Just punch in my name, Sari Puhaka, or Destiny Palmistry Books. And my website, destinypalmistry.com, if you're interested in a palm reading by me. I have various levels. Don't panic if one of them seems like a bit too expensive. I have various prices. They start at a simple trial reading, which is basically just a quick look, a quick paragraph. Then there's a mini reading, and then there's specific like a career reading or life purpose reading, or if you want the whole shebang, which does take me a while to prepare. So it does take up a lot of my time. That is why that is not so cheap, but I hope you appreciate the work that I do. And I certainly enjoy teaching you. So thanks for being here today. And completely, please join me next time for another live session. I will be doing a 1-hour session. It should be next Tuesday Eastern Standard Time, or if you're in the US, that would be a Monday afternoon or Monday evening for the US followers. And I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for joining me again. Bye.